Hello guys and gals, it is I, the Monster. It's been a little while now, so I just want to jump right into this. You don't have to hear the batch of, not even excuses, just crap, whatever, that stopped me from making these videos for a little bit. I know some of you out there are like, yay! Anyways, so, without further ado, let's talk. So, in case you've been living under a rock, about a week or so ago, Marvel website, Marvel.com dropped a huge bombshell that fans of the books and the movies and everything alike have been waiting for. Marvel has struck a deal, and basically Disney, Marvel have struck a deal with Sony Pictures to finally put Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I want you to take that in for a second. This is not even arguably, one of the highest grossing superheroes of all time. I think, in fact, is currently the highest grossing superhero. He runs laps around people in merchandise sales, but also one of the most popular and beloved characters in comic book history, period. This is huge. This is probably something that's been worked on for a while. There was probably a lot of money traded around for this, but, the things, the thing that you hear about over the years is how Marvel's sick and tired of companies like Fox ruining their properties and wanting them back and tired of playing hardball, whereas I feel like they've always sort of respected Sony because at least even after the whole Spider-Man 3 thing, they tried to keep going with Spider-Man with the Amazing Spider-Man series. Now, I'm not super familiar with those, but I've heard mixed things across the boards. I just don't have the stomach to watch them. I know you're all going to go F you and whatever, but I want to talk about this. I also know that Dylan O'Malley from The Maze Runner and Logan Lerman from like the Percy Jackson series, and I don't know if he's a Maze Runner also, is up for the running of the role of Peter Parker. I know all this stuff, but we're going to talk about it. So, first things first, the way that they're going to... I can't believe we're even talking about this. I'm really excited about this shit. I think this is amazing. The way they're supposed to implement Peter Parker into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, supposedly, is that they're going to input him in next year's Captain America Civil War movie, which is great. I think it's a great point because that was a point in the books where... Peter was with Tony Stark, and he was kind of idolizing him for a while, and then he took off his mask and he showed his true identity, which resulted in a lot of crazy shit among his villains and Mary Jane and all that. Now, the great debate among this is always how old Spider-Man should be. Now, the reports are like they're looking to go back to high school. Now, here's a little fun fact. In the initial run of Spider-Man, like the original run, he was only in high school for about 2 or 3 years. He wasn't even in high school that long. I'm not saying this isn't a major part to Peter Parker. I get the whole, we have a young point of view character. However, personally, I feel like since we've already seen so many origin stories, I was kind of hoping he would be around the age that he was in the actual Civil War book, which was, I think he was like teaching, he was like a professor or something in training, right? I don't know, late 20s, early 30s at least, I was hoping for. But I guess they're going to go back to the high school thing. I'm not really mad because, holy crap, it's Spider-Man, but it does kind of stink in regards that we're going to have to see something similar, even if it's not, because they already said it's not going to be an origin story. But yeah, I guess I understand it. I mean, from an everything standpoint, you don't really have a kid on the Avengers team currently in the movies. So, I mean, I guess the twins kind of count, but this is going to be interesting, I suppose. But I'm also surprised they didn't go with the older route. And a lot of people were like, yo, bring Tobey Maguire back and all that stuff. And honestly, I would have been okay with it. But I know some of you out there, it's like, it's like with the really popular superhero, you can't really toss it up too much because everybody's got their opinions and everybody gets really pissy about it. And like just talking about Spider-Man, it's like, yeah, well, who's going to play him? It's like, how old's he going to be? It's like, I don't know. It's like a minefield. But me personally, again, I would have went with the older one. It's cool, though. I'm not pissed about it. I'm just really happy he's in the movies. And I'm curious how they're going to do this. If they're going to show him at the end of the movie. And I think they're going to show him in the middle of the movie. And kind of go, oh, shit, like, that's Peter Parker. Like, that's crazy. And then they could build on that in the future Spider-Man movie, which is now coming out in 2017, and they're pushing the whole Phase 3 downward a little bit, which is great, because now you could finally work Spider-Man into the damn Infinity War storyline. And hell, if you want to make him cameo in movies, I don't know. But it's interesting because now I'm curious if they're going to do the whole unmasking thing, and then it's going to lead into, okay, here's the Spider-Man movie, no origin, whatever, he's in high school, but he's being run down by all these villains, or what are they going to do with that? Are they going to go to a film we haven't seen in the big screen yet, like Craven or Mysterio? Either one would be pretty good, or maybe they'll try to go back to, like, the Lizard and do a more accurate, like, Ditko-looking Lizard, or maybe they'll do the traditional, go Green Goblin or, Dr. Octopus, You really don't know. You have no idea what's going to come out of this, and that's what's exciting about it, is the mystery of it. But you know that Sony obviously knows they're going to be making that money, and they got to work with Marvel if they want to do it, and they want to do it right. And so I'm curious to see how that's going to go down. But also, there's reports already that Sony's still going to do the side stuff, like the Sinister Six movies and stuff. Now, again, personal opinion here, because, that's kind of what I'm doing here. If you're gonna team up, right, to build a character as prestigious as Spider-Man is, why wouldn't you just work on building up to these side movies instead of doing them as separate entities? Like, to me, it's like you're mixing the pot a little too much, and I don't think that's a great idea in the long run. However, I don't own the IP to the damn character. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. But to me, it just seems like they're trying to rush their shit again, and that's no good. I mean, look at the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Didn't do that great from what I've been reading, and it didn't review that well, right? So, I mean, you don't want to flop with something like Spider-Man. It's like if DC made a really terrible Batman movie or something. Oh, wait, they did that in the 90s. Yeah. Those are kind of guilty pleasures of mine. But anyways, so, it's things like that. You don't want to screw this up too much. So, personally, out of the two people that are in the running, I think Logan Lerman could totally pull it off. I watched the Percy Jackson movies. I thought they were okay. I thought they were pretty good. And I could see him playing Peter Parker. I don't know who the other kid is, but, I mean, listen, I don't care who really plays him, so as long as they do it right, and they say, okay, like, the person that's playing him understands, like, alright, it's this nerdy kid, he gets picked on, he gets the spider bite, he's struggling with the ladies, that sort of thing. Whatever made Spider-Man really interesting to people, because Spider-Man was kind of like, and still in my opinion, in my eyes, Spider-Man was always the all-around, like he was kind of like the dude that would stay neutral in things, minus like Civil War, and just kind of stay back and say something smart-assy, and kind of keep his distance, and then that to me is interesting. Another friend of mine brought up something about maybe he'll be in. They'll do something where he fought the Chitauri the whole time in like Avengers 1, but I don't really know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna implement this. But I'm very curious, I'm really excited, and holy shit, we're getting Spider-Man in the Marvel movies. Please, tell me below in the comments, what do you think of this? Who do you want to play him? I've been hearing a lot of people still wanted that Miles Morales character, but to be honest, probably going to be Peter Parker, just saying. Tell me what you think below, and I'm still in shock. It's been I think it's been well over a week now. I'm still in freaking shock. Anyways, guys and gals, more to come, so stick around. Woo! Spider-Man, Spider-Man, I'm stretching my shirt as best as I can.